Most teams making their way over towards the eastern side now. Tiamba down towards Milta. Still pulls it out, takes some shots.
I think he's got the K9 in the back as well. Kaidalau moving forwards, but cut out as Sara is on that flank, and Infinity IQ still have their outpost on the inside, sure, but they can't confirm this flush just yet. Ferrari on the inside, nade from Reiji, does a little bit to displace him, and 3 players move in. They haven't managed to find it. Slightly messy, but do manage to get the flush in the end. Nobody goes down from Reject Tokyo.
Well, I mean, that was a terrifying fight. For mostly Infinity IQ, Reject Tokyo comes around the corner, jumping all over the place and drops the boot down, and like he was a Goomba. Ooh. Sara also now falls as Hugo comes around the corner with a nice little headshot. Sara desperately tries to squeeze himself underneath the truck. Unfortunately, cannot go for the belly crawl there. Not an ideal start for them, and I think Reject Tokyo realized that this is not worth it.
Of this engagement. Maybe looking to third party onto it. Fabian also spiking out for D+Kia. In the meantime, though, Ching lines up the shot through the hallway there. Schwepp spotted, blinked away. No, not quite going down just yet, but there we go. There's the off angle for D+Kia, landing a shot over towards 628. The flush goes through onto Schwepp as they move forwards, but a nade from Tony to answer. Another one being cooked up, and they're forcing this engagement. This off angle is huge from Fabian, coming on through as well. I thought he was going to Fireflux, but no. 2 players from D+Kia move in and force this engagement to go south for both of these teams.
It's an incredible setup coming through from Forest and Fabian. It's 2 players taking on all game long, all tournament long, even in All-Stars. Just like that one, in fact.
Vampire felt a little bit Moomin Rider to the DK Plus.
Such amount of space as well. A little bit cloistered sometimes, a bit claustrophobic when they get in the melee. When they have this opportunity just to chill, relax in the meantime, have a bit more time to set up the rest of the game, that's when they typically do well. But they will have to deal with the Falcons, who have made a wide wrap through the blue towards that north side. Tixi currently outside on his lonesome. Drops a smoke, provides a bit of cover for himself as Six sends some nades that way. He'll probably regroup with the rest of the team, who has been recalled towards his position. And with Falcons being pushed in by the blue, this is an ideal time to get rid of Team Falcons.
Stoned down. Ching looks to move through the auto shotgun. Good in that close range engagement. Alpha 7 now trying to fend off against Falcons. The ridgeline allowing this swing down south for Falcons. They'll try and bide their time just a little bit longer, as Alpha 7 are going to have to pull the trigger on their rotate sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, in Yasnaya East, Box Gaming, Ching, the last player. Hang on a minute, we're hopping back over to Alpha 7 and Falcons. Frags going both ways, but at the moment, Alpha 7 looking a lot better in this engagement. However, the blue zone will not let up. Revo running to the top of the hill. Kate Bush, eat your heart out. Trying to get away from that zone, but the Gladiators are rolling in for a third party on the northeast side to try and control that. Stop Alpha 7 dead in their tracks on the back of a raggedy engagement here, and it's looking good to start. Meku lines up for a second, dips back and has cover from the team. Revo falls and Alpha 7 swept aside. A perfect third party from Gladiators.
Gladiators get a bit of a moment to breathe here, and that just makes all the difference for this team a lot of times. When they have that oversight over them, they saw Team Falcons come up towards that northern side, they dip back down again, they heard the engagement go through, instantly they're on top of that one. And for the first time in a long time, Alpha 7's fight is not as clean as they'd like it to be. On an open ridge, hardly any smokes thrown as Team Falcons stumbles their way. A bit unfortunate. Alter Ego, Rosemary here, left alive for them. Second place team, immediately he finds one onto YDD. Over. We'll look for it, but it's D+Kia to actually finish off the engagement.
Damage done, but that is Alter Ego eliminated. Luckily for Vampire, I should say, as they were sat pretty close behind, but they stay that gap. Fireflux, though, with that gap to close, they managed to make that cross nice and early, and they are now reaping the rewards for doing so. With only Box Gaming really quite close by, Tiamba moving in with the remnants, the dribs and drabs. 3 players are alive, but they're not playing together right now, and they're struggling to get across these hills.
It's funny to me that Hugo from Infinity IQ has been able to hold on to this building for so long. Really good nades. There's guard dogs around them as well, keeping him nice and safe, so this is beautiful stuff. STE, Stalwart were not able to get on towards that building. Now, rkiye is sending some scouts up towards that northern side, towards Gladiators. They find over from Tiamba, that's down towards the south. And they're just picking off players one by one. Stage 5, 24 players remaining in 7 teams. This is very, very unusual for our usual ERANGELs here. rkiye looking to get some more points back on the board. We said they were down towards the bottom of the lobby, but it's not where they belong. And they know that too as they start to unleash a lot of damage over towards these teams.
6 eliminations found for rkiye, 4 of them over to Fabian, 2 for Forest there. Just about getting away, the buggy bearing the brunt of the damage from Osal. A regroup from Box into the buildings. They'll stack themselves up to go for a push further north because this is looking like a field finish. You can see here on the sweeping shot blank, it is pretty much just hay bales as cover.
Which obviously has encompassed some research into these games. And it feels like a similar kind of playstyle that we've seen in the past from them is coming through. And their gunfights are good, as you see on the screens right now. Not sure what happened between last and now, but it's good.
Fireflux under pressure as Box Gaming finally turned their attention out that way. They've stayed in the shadow for too long, and they will fight.
So nadeable. Now rkiye rocking up on that building that they caused such hell towards Stalwart on earlier, and Hugo's instantly down, and they might just be able to take advantage of this, but Box and Duck is taking shots up there. Almost guaranteed that Fabian goes down.
Play on this cover and try and get these reses. If there's a stabilization opportunity for rkiye, they are going to have a strong time, but this roll-up from Box Gaming is super heads up. They managed to find their feet and run straight on in, but rkiye aren't going to allow them to just get this for free. The nades through find Forest, and now just one player left standing for rkiye. Sadin in the corner with the DBS, but he's not even going to get the opportunity. The chance denied. rkiye swept aside as Gladiators chime in as well. A potential third party, but Box Gaming are just too healthy as well.
Kitsune sends a nade down that way, but it's Ragnar to start things off strong for him. Tixie's looking for another nade as the smokes are all unleashed. Keeping this position shrouded by the clouds of smoke. Kitsune's got 3 nades in pocket, sends one over the top. Box Gaming not likely to be inside the building, so tosses it a little bit over towards that left-hand side. Now Tixie goes down, it's really bad news.
Oh dear, that is unfortunate. There is an answer. Matic,
fantastic.
Just about staying alive. And the knock went over towards Tixie on the front line. Slowing down rkiye on those sides. So important for Gladiators' route forwards here.
Yeah, Matic is doing a fantastic job. Definitely pulling a Matic classic here, but more akin to when he's a solo at the end of the game and he's just taking names and numbers.
Oh dear. Meku spotted and taken down as well to a cheeky little spray. A push forwards, and Box Gaming once again move in just the right time. Kitsune really can't do too much. He's only going to try and get these trades. He cannot save his teammates in this scenario, and Matic has to roll in to try and get something for this position. But Box Gaming looking good on their route out of Yasnaya. They found the openings and they took them with both hands.
Man, right now, Matic is untouchable. The way he's moving, ethereal. The bullet's just passing through this man at the moment. Haith now from rkiye Esports does spot this location, will drop some smokes up towards that northern side after they did suffer that casualty from Matic earlier on. But Box Gaming has a lot of cover for themselves. Unfortunately, they're not in the circle, John. They'll have to move in. And how many more smokes do they have left? They have been on a smoke train for some time now, but the coal has got to be running dry.
They will have been able to get a pretty decent resupply of Fireflux, you'd hope. But there can't be too many more in the back pocket. 3 there and quite a few nades, to be fair. I mean, it looks like they're going to do okay for the time being. The question is, how long do those resources last? As you say, out in the open, you do need to invest quite a few of those repeatedly. Matic looking to reposition now as he also is not in this next circle. A lot of damage felt towards Duck, but not the knock. Broadside for Kitsune over towards rkiye. You'd imagine they should just have a full view on this. Matic also out in the open. As the Gladiators just trying to survive 1-1, a big split, but really don't have much choice about it. Matic goes down, and now it's just Kitsune, but he's fending off Box. Not for long.
Nade pings over the top above his head like a light bulb, but doesn't give him any ideas, just sends him straight back to the lobby there. Gosu from Box. The fact that Duck is able to be here is absolutely madness, John. Should not have been able to get up, but some funky driving took him into the location. One on the back. Hope looks to hit those shots. Now it's a 3 versus 4.
3 for rkiye, trying to move in. 1G. Just getting these shots down range, but not really landing on the mark. That's what you want. Duck finally able to take down Ragnar. 2 players now standing. Box on a little bit closer to the edge of this next circle. See where the shift ends up going. But the team's forced into these fields, left open. A wide swing up to the north from Gosu gives them a huge off angle.
Yeah, I mean, for Box Gaming, they have to take these angles on towards GK. They know that they're limited on players, and taking these 2 angles on the sides leaves them very thin on positions that they can play now. Gosu moves down towards another hay bale, and I'm pretty sure this is all but over right now for rkiye. They would have to pull something miraculous out of the bag here.
Oh, another nade over the top from Duck. Leaves just the 1 player. DBS in hand, he's waiting for the pushes, trying to get a little bit of an answer, but not given the range advantage on the spot. Gaith has more trouble to deal with, but he just can't hold it out. Box Gaming make move after move.